Alright guys, so you got to see one of my rigs in a video a while back. You have not yet got to see both of my rigs running and actually mining Bitcoin right here in my home. So today we're going to go over the specs of each of these builds, what all is inside, and we were going to talk about how much I earn on a monthly basis. I also had a request to do a video about how you work with Nicehash. And guys, I want to say this right now, I am still with WinMiner. You can see it over here. This is one thing to definitely mention here is WinMiner, it seems like it will freeze up, and I've heard some things about people having issues with it freezing, but at the same time, it's still going. You know, if I come over here to both of my rigs, which are both on WinMiner, the heat is definitely coming off of these things, and thank God it is, because it's pretty cold. Surprisingly, for being out here in Florida, it is pretty cold out here. So it actually is working really great to heat up my home. And once I move into my house, I have plans to go ahead and put everything in a very enclosed space. I actually have a plastic tub, a plastic bin that both of these will fit in, and I'm going to then have my window unit, my AC unit, will then be pointed inside and pushing air directly outside. So we will just very quickly go over the specs of each of these builds. I want to talk about WinMiner versus Nicehash and why I'm going to wait until January the 31st before I even go back to Nicehash, if I do. They owe me right now around like $100 in Bitcoin. So we're going to see if they actually pay me out. They were very, very quick to get in touch with me whenever I sent them a support ticket about my missing Bitcoin, because I had cashed out. This was like 3 or 4 hours before the hack. I had cashed out to Coinbase and it never showed up to my Coinbase account. And then whenever I went back into Nicehash after they said that they had updated these old balances, it did not show in my old balance that Bitcoin that I was missing that was supposed to come to Coinbase. So after talking to them for a second, I went back and checked, and they had actually updated my balance. So I'm guessing they went back to their ledger and they looked at the fact that I had a cash out, and they went ahead and updated it. One thing to mention right here with WinMiner is I've heard a few people talk about how it freezes sometimes. And if you notice, it is froze on my screen. But if we were to come over here to both of my rigs, you can see that both of them are still earning. So I have seen consistent earnings on a daily basis. I have not really had to touch this. I do not like the fact that I cannot see what is going on with my earnings as far as WinMiner goes. So that's a little bit of incentive for me to go back to Nicehash or to consider setting up something like Awesome Miner, which is a very, very high possibility. I do have plans here to expand. Eventually, I will have more cards, and then both of these builds will eventually have, I have the risers to do it sitting over here on my coffee table over here, but they will eventually have all of the cards set up on risers outside of the computer itself. But guys, we're going to shoot it over here to the screen of my computer, talk about both of these builds, and I cannot wait to see you there. Okay, so very quickly here, we're going to look at both of my rigs over here. I want you to see exactly what the overall investment was for these rigs if you were going to do it yourself. Now, the big thing to mention here is I got a major deal on part of one of these rigs. I got a major deal on, so it actually chopped down my expenses by at least around like $500–600. So very quickly, we will talk about, you know, how it can be maybe right now a little too expensive to go ahead and invest in a setup like this unless you're going to do it a very specific way. Now myself, I opted to have actual computer cases because at the very end of mining, I wanted to be able to have a full functioning computer that I could sell flat out for cash. Whereas you have people that are setting up these custom rigs with wooden frames or metal frames, those are a little more difficult, I would imagine, to sell to a person, especially if there's no way to mine with Bitcoin anymore. If it gets to this point where it's extremely unprofitable, which could easily happen whenever the market halves. So let's talk about a couple of different things. So you have seen right here my setup for each of these builds. Each one of these items you can either find on Newegg or you can find on Amazon.com. And you could also do some Google shopping. Just look on Google, search for those items. So I will link them down in the description of this video. And let's talk very quickly about Nicehash, and then we're going to talk about WinMiner. I had a person that asked me how you work with Nicehash, how you have it set up on a computer, or just basically the tutorial for working with Nicehash in general. So once you have Nicehash installed from the website, you're going to want to come over here to Wallet, and you are going to want to put in your wallet ID right here in this area. Now there's two ways to go about this. One, you can have Nicehash function as your wallet, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are maybe iffy about doing just that have heard about Nicehash and what happened with it being hacked. They actually owe me $100 right now, so I'm not going back to Nicehash until they reimburse me the money that they owe me. But around January the 31st, if they go ahead and reimburse me, then I'm going to extremely consider moving back to Nicehash, just because they have been they've been very supportive. And you know, they were very quick to message me back whenever I sent them a message, and this was like a day or two after the hack. So, or not after the hack, after they had announced that they were paying everyone back. And you know, just the fact that they were that quick to get in touch with me, and they probably had thousands of people that were sending them very similar messages. So they have a phenomenal team. You could at least say that's working. They're doing something right now. Now, whether we're all actually going to see this money back, that is still in question. I believe that we will, though. I can't see them going through that much effort and then announcing that they're paying us back. And then, like I had explained, they updated my old balance. All of those things. But either which way, let's come over here to nicehash.com, and let's go over to what we want to do is come over to log in. I got to log in really quick so I can show you guys where you can pull your wallet ID if you do not have a Coinbase account or another wallet set up. Now, in the case that you do have a Coinbase account and you want to use that to where it cashes directly out to your Coinbase, which is what most people should be doing, especially considering that these companies, they are susceptible to hackers just like any other company. So guys, you can get your wallet ID over here and you put it into Nicehash, and that's it. It's pretty much as simple as that. Unless you're going with Coinbase. Now, in the case of Coinbase, you would come over here to Accounts once you have set up a Coinbase account. And I have gone into depth for a little bit more information in other videos as far as how you go ahead and set up your Coinbase account. You just come over here to the receiving portion of that account for Bitcoin, and you copy and paste that over into Nicehash. So I know that there are so many different tutorials here for how you do this. I wanted to have it here on my channel. It's ideal information that people need to see whenever they come to my channel. They need to know this information. Really, the overall purpose of this video was to go ahead and showcase my setup here. So I want you guys to see what these rigs are like, how much they really cost, and then I want to talk very quickly about your earnings as far as what you will make on a monthly basis with having a setup just like this. So the peak of my earnings over here with WinMiner usually are around the $15 range. So let me come over here. Now it's going to make me log in again. But your earnings are usually, you see my balance is at $17. I cash out usually around about an hour from now every single day. Towards the evening time, I start my process of cashing out. So I usually get up towards around like $18, right around like $18, $19 whenever I cash out. And that is for a full day of me mining with both of my rigs and doing some light mining here on my laptop. So, and people say don't mine with your laptop. WinMiner, I have noticed, does not press your cards as hard as what Nicehash did, you know, and that's one thing to mention here. This is why I believe that Nicehash paid so well, because they force your hardware to work to its full potential. So even at that, though, I kind of like the fact that, you know, WinMiner is over here not necessarily ruining my equipment. You know, I could sit here and mine on this laptop, and it's less likely to fry if I was mining with Nicehash on this laptop. And you know, I mine in short intervals with this laptop. So, which maybe is not a lot of money, but it's something. So, guys, if we were to sit here and weigh both of these on a scale of which one is better, I believe it's totally up to you to decide that. Now, in my personal opinion, if Nicehash pays me back, you know, I definitely could see both of my rigs being over here on Nicehash that are behind me over there. I could definitely see them both being on Nicehash. Now, my laptop, I feel like it's better off being on something like WinMiner or nothing really else. I couldn't see myself running Cryptex or Compute on this laptop, or it's almost pointless to do it in general. But guys, you've got to see my setup here. Hopefully this is going to expand even further within the next so many months. You know, I've been investing so much money into Bitcoin and altcoins. I'm anxious to see the direction of where these altcoins head. And yeah, if you guys found this video to be interesting, I had this idea here. I'm thinking about maybe doing some giveaways in Bitcoin here on my channel. I do have a giveaway that's coming up very soon. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers over here, which to me, I feel like it's a landmark for me. But guys, definitely stay tuned into my videos. There's some really interesting things that are happening over here with eCash Society. I do have my website up and going, which you can check out. You can register to the forum on the website, and I'm working on setting it up to where it's just it's perfect, where you guys can register immediately to the website itself. Tons of information is there for mining Bitcoin. Tons of information is there for phone farming and just all sorts of ways to make money. So yeah, but I will see you guys in the next video.